Good evening. Welcome to another edition of MLC Talk. This is the platform we discuss all things Lutheran. Today we have as our host Sis Corporal Saleh. She will be taking over from here.
Hello. Good evening to everyone. Good evening to our listener up there. First of all, we'd like to apologize. We have some technical problem. We're going like 16 minutes within our time. We just want to apologize for the delay with that 16 minutes. And today is a Saturday Sunday. We will be discussing all things youth today, all about our young people within the Lutheran Church. And we have our two guests. We will be receiving three guests. We'll have the national president, the Kakata district president, and the Moravian district president. So today we will have a lengthy discussion concerning our young people. So once again, we'd like to welcome everybody to my MLC talk, where we talk all things Lutheran. Speak your mind free to talk, discuss the issue, and we discuss our church as a whole. At this time, I would like to welcome the host and my co-host, Dr. Toto and Brother Woody. Want to say welcome to my MLC talk. And today is Palm Sunday too.
Yes.
Yeah, today is Palm Sunday. We had a good service today. I don't know your end, but for mine, it was so good today. Yeah, so Dr. Toto, can you bring us greeting from your end?
Yeah, thank you, couple. Let me greet our listener, audience out there, and thank you for another edition of my Lutheran Connection. We're glad to be back on the show again to continue what we normally discuss. We discuss Lutheranism. And I think you can see me dressed in my African attire. Today was the International Day at my church. So every member was asked to display their attire or culture or where they come from. So
Wow.
wearing my
It's,
hat, the leopard hat, for total bunker day,
oh,
and then
wow.
beautiful African attire. So
The
I like
African
this
chef
life.
on Lufa.
That's for love for bunker day.
As a lofa, thank you very much. Couple, you know that's the lofa shirt right there.
This is from bunker day.
The lofa
But
shirt.
it was a good experience. I had people from Sudan, the way that Sudan wore their African attire from Nigeria and other even so European country too. We have some members from Bulgaria. So Ireland, the wore their coat suit. So it was an international day to our church. We enjoy it, and at the same time we celebrate Palm Sunday today, the triumphant entry of Jesus Christ to Jerusalem. So it was a good Sunday today.
Nice. So, Woody, can you bring us greeting?
Sure. Yeah. I bring you greetings from the great city of Atlanta, Georgia. It is sunny today. We have a very, very good weather. I'm telling you, very, very, very good weather. Um, it's about 71 degrees. And the weekend was very much packed with a lot of events. Yesterday, I had the opportunity to share with a cross section of our church leaders on digital evangelism. That was just a an overview that we had yesterday. Some of the components, the tools that we can use to enhance, our worship. So yesterday we had a time to do that, and by let's say in subsequent series to come, we will be digging deeper. You know, touching on specific tools to use. For example, if you talked about like some of these social media apps, how we can use social media apps to enhance our worship service or carry on discipleship, like Zoom, like the podcast that we're using right now, Facebook podcast, Apple podcast, Google, Spotify. There are so many tools. There's so many opportunities that we have that we can use, when it comes to technology to enhance our worship services today. The church is not only in a single space at this time with technology. The church is all over. Yesterday, one of our mothers was sharing with us from Chicago, Valora Star, and she said that from COVID time, they had members from Bulgaria. Sorry, not Bulgaria, but down south, down South America. There's a country I think that start with B. You know, and also South Africa and some other countries. People from those countries worship with them since COVID, and they're still worshiping with them. So they don't have to get an American visa to travel all the way to the US to worship with them, but they can still worship with them in cyberspace. So I think technology, we can just leverage the opportunity that technology provides for us. We can do great with our services. So yeah, so again, I want to wish everyone happy Palm Sunday. I know Mother's Day is coming up, and we have the only female on our team, this couple. So I think all of the flowers will be thrown at you. So yeah, back to you.
Yes, thank you, Willie. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm expecting my flower, and I know that day I will be flower from the crown of my hair to my
yeah,
feet. I
all
want
the way from and also from Philadelphia.
that of business to put it.
Pastor Odyssey is Philadelphia, no? Your
yeah,
pastor not in Philadelphia?
we have a Bonneville Lutheran member that live in Philadelphia.
We got Barnabas Region member living in Philadelphia.
Okay, oh, the Smith zombie is there. Okay, like what do you talk about technology? Technology, this in this modern world, and technology is everything now, unless you don't want to use it. But is there even you writing? You made mistake, it corrects you unless
Yep.
you don't want to use it. Yeah, so what happened with our young people? Like I said, we'll have two of our young people today. Our Moravia district president, that's the money district. When we're in the youth, they used to call it the money district. I don't know,
Yeah.
but total, I don't know about your Bone district. I know about my Moravia district. When we were in the youth, Moravia district was the money district because all of the times we won our queen contest. So
Come
I don't
on.
know about Bone district.
Yeah,
So
sure.
the
Moira
Come on.
district,
District.
the district
Mo-
Go.
president will be hosting the
you're
Moravia
right.
district president. The
You're right.
city of the
I'm not,
national
come on.
office. Yeah.
Sorry. You talk about the money district, right? Something came to mind. I want to share it quick with us. I don't know if you remember, we went, I think it was one time, it was Monrovia District Assembly. We went to Buchanan. And see, Matthew took with us as our queen, we took, what her name? Paula Morris. And at the time, you guys took Lima, I want to believe.
Was it our first convention?
I
The
think it
first
was our first,
assembly?
that same that we all went together when we rode the
That was
truck, the open air bus.
2002.
2000, no, 2002, right?
2002, I'm a
Right.
first.
Exactly. So we rode, we right. We went in the open air bus, the big truck, and on our way back, we broke down on the
We
way.
broke down on the road.
So then I told her, that's what happened, right? We had a queen contest, and then at the time, our president was Garment Colley. So we went to pull out and say, don't put the money there yet. What you do, don't let them see you put in the US. When everybody running up and down, just slide it in. So Barnabas was so sure that they were going to win. Barnabas took Lehman Jackson with them. So they were sure that they were going to win this thing here. And then we had our little trump card. I think it was a buck. I think it was $100. So Polan had it on here. Everybody sitting. They did the first round, the second round. Barnabas was sure moving up and down. At the last round, when they were counting, Polan just slide a buck in. So everything closed. When they started to check, they unfolded one of the librarian, the US dollar king up. Barnabas said, no way, that's not true.
But I thought
I'm going to try to redeem her.
Yeah.
right? Well, I put the money in, but then the time was closed.
No, they were counting.
We even had issue with it. But I had
Yeah.
issue with it that time, right? But then they said, at the end of the day, we left for the interest of the young people now. That's the thing.
Look, they were counting.
No,
At
no,
the very last number.
Enjoyable the youth.
It was a wonderful time. I mean,
it was a good time.
Yeah.
Moria District, I will be very popular about through our days. My
Yeah.
days in the youth, Montreal district have been very popular and dominated youth activity, even from Ball, for lower Ball, upper Ball. We always look up to Montreal district, in
Yeah.
terms of idea direction, in terms of leadership. So Montreal district have been doing extremely well.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Hmm.
During my
Yeah.
uh, during my days, when I was a youth president for the Liberian Lutheran Refugee Congregation in Ghana.
Hmm.
We used to communicate a lot with the Montreal district in terms of support, in terms of coordinating, how refugee, Liberian
I was
refugee,
with yeah, but I thought
that was the 90, in the mid 90 to
okay, but
2000.
I was not there.
Yeah, So we used to always look at the National Lutheran Youth Fellowship, Montreal district, how to coordinate Lutheran refugees and also that of the LCL in Liberia. So we had a communication going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But
It was.
already the
Yeah.
president said he's finding it hard to log on.
Yeah. I'm trying to while we're going with the conversation, I'm trying to reach out to them. I think for some reason I think he has to. I told him to go out and come back in. So, and hopefully I can get Pedro as well to come on.
Like I said, at the airport.
So I don't know, right? Some of the questions I had the youth, in terms of making progress in there,
Yeah.
how the movie or how they work with the Lutheran Church, the LC, all of salary in the church.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how it worked precedent, but during my days, where we used to do cleaning campaign, we used to go to some of the member house that poor Mortimer, the late poor Mortimer, may so rest in peace. We go to the house on the weekend, do some work there, and then also go to the central office, do some work there as a youth to get a face list of the church and also the St. Peter Lutheran Church. And through that, it can to be generated.
Mm-hmm.
So in terms of raising for, I don't know what they really doing presently in terms of doing those. I know things have changed. Um, other activity have changed. And things, I don't know how well they're going on to raise funds for the Bureau Accelerate Youth Department and how well they really informed in terms of being disciplined. Because when I was youth, the couple hour day was so disciplined. And
Yeah.
uh, there's a lady, I can't just recall her name, but I still remember her face. Tracy Peter, first Sunday, how the church to be so crowded, right? All the youth were to go to see that particular lady will always come after me to take me on my seat, to give my seat to other people. And I used to go to J. Bashi. I would leave my house so early because I know that first Sunday, I want to be in
I
church.
should be
I
back.
want to know the message. But as soon as other people start coming, she'll come to me, like, yeah.
Yeah, but I had a youth used to suffer and
No,
I went to church
and
once the
no.
church back.
I said,
The youth get up and
yeah.
give the people seat.
This is all this, and I never react to her one day, to show my dissatisfaction to her or to talk back to her. I just walk out easily. Then one time, and then I sat down. I was so sad, and the guys he used to teach a confirmation class, or I don't know whether it's here around here. Weber Abonfi.
Oh,
Yeah, Weber Abonfi taught me confirmation class. So I was sitting so sad, he came to me and said, George, what happened? I explained to him, I said, look, every time I leave my house early to come to be service, and this lady would just come and just get me all the service because other people coming late. They want to get see the other people. He said, man, you're a young guy, man. Don't get out in bother you. Also, the older people have to get sit. you know, so those are the days.
yeah.
You know, we were so
But now,
disciplined.
yeah, but these days now, the churches are all empty, so
Yeah.
they don't need to take a youth for his seat unless where in there's a program like funeral, wedding, where the church is overcrowded. Then they look for the young people to in the pew to take them from there to give the gift. But just an ordinary Sunday, no, I don't think now we are taking youth.
Yeah, that,
Amen.
I still remember that little face. She was
Yes,
usher. She was the usher.
that was a normal
She was the
those
usher.
days. It was
Every
normal.
time
Yeah,
she would come and take my seat.
that
She
was
would just do a finger that to me.
But just to add to the conversation, right? And speaking on the issue of discipline, yes, I remember, I was one of those who were baptized as an infant, and then in our church, you grow up, then you go through confirmation, all of that. So while going through my confirmation class at St. Peter's, I had joined the acolyte. So I mean, I will go for acolyte practice from Painesville to Cinco religiously every Saturday. We will practice, we will rehearse, we do everything. Then the president will just pick among us. Pick among us. Some people even join after me, but because they were baptized and confirmed, they had a chance to serve. But I kept going. I kept going. So finally, when my time came to serve, I was like, it was almost we're about to graduate from confirmation class. We're only waiting for the Sunday to graduate. So it's like we have gone through all of the teachings and trainings and everything. So we went, they selected me to serve. I was, so much excited and everything. I went to church very early, like that I told talk about. I went to church very early that morning to St. Peter. Very early, yeah. So and it was this lady, seeing the former treasurer, the former treasurer for the LCL, her daughter CNN. So Sister CNN and I, we served together that day. But she was the cross bearer and I was the torch bearer. So I went, and instead of how St. Peter is built, the altar is right here, then you can go right in front and bow. I went all the way and right in front of the cross and bow. So she came and said, after service, she hold me, Baba Shay said, my young man, the next time when you come, you bow right here, don't go. So, okay, I said okay, but I got good at it, and also speaking of the youth and some of the activities that we did in the past, I don't know if the youth still, if they do like walk. I remember we used to do walk, like we walk from St. Peter's to St. Matthew, and they would have checkpoints along the way. People will have water, juices and sugar cane and cassava, along the way. We had checkpoints. And at each checkpoint, they would mark your card. Some people got on car from St. Peter's, they drove and passed by all the checkpoints, they were disqualified.
People all want to cheat.
Yeah, people want to cheat. Some people are disqualified. I remember, I think it was Ross. But Ross right now, but he's in New York, he's in the military. So I think it was Ross and I think it was Jusu. Yeah, we were walking. He kept encouraging me. He said, let's go, man. Let's go. We'll make it. Let's go. So we started walking. We walked. We went through all of the checkpoints. And I think he was the second and I was the third. Or he was the third and I was the fourth. But I know I won a prize that day because we passed through all of the checkpoints. All of the checkpoints went through. And the checkpoint, the guys would sit in the corner, and we had on t-shirts. So they would sit in the corner. But people got on car. As soon as they left from St. Peter, they had the thing in their hand. Yep, they had a war form in their hand from St. Peter. Boom, they got on car. They went straight. All the way to red, and then they got on. They started walking, going to St. Matthew. And they were disqualified. Yeah.
People all want to beat the sister,
I'm telling you, and we generated income from that. At the time, our church was, like, and our older folks, they supported us. So there are so many other ways that the youth, even the youth, to raise money. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's what.
A lot of ways. It's just a matter of planning and being committed to your plan, to what you plan.
Yeah. One of my setbacks to be as a youth president, right? When I was a youth president, one of the things that would discourage me, you plan a meeting, right? You reach out to fellow youth member, you remind them. After 7, we'll be happy youth meeting and also I want you to discuss the issue affecting the youth. After 7, maybe you only see 1 or 2 person. Everybody just leave. And you call meeting, people don't want to come to meeting. to discuss issues pertaining to the youth, how the youth should upgrade themselves to work toward the church. You don't find people coming. Then we call a midway meeting. People be dragging coming. So those are some of the things that has to really discourage me as a youth president. You know,
Yeah, that's always a disappointment in leadership. There will always be people there who will disappoint you, people there who will not want to support you, but there will always be people who waiting to
oh
support
yeah,
you.
yeah.
So
I have,
yeah,
I
yeah,
have, I have, I have, I have certain committed people.
yeah,
The president accounting right up for the LC or Sebel for one of my committed member, what a social Ray, when I call meeting,
yes,
Sebel will be there.
will be
We
there.
have the other guy here, or Club of Morba, Club of Morba, or those of us. And you get. I don't want to be gender sensitive, right? But in terms of support, you get more support for the women than the men. In terms of youth activity, women, women tend to be more supported. In terms of attending youth meeting, being part of the process, in discussion the future of the church. I still get most of our structural supporters were women, grass in the youth at that time. But the men, oh no. If you see a guy attend a youth meeting, then man, I know. Since Rawa, yeah, we were the former general secretary for Zimbabwe, since Rawa, one of my committee member also to term of the attending youth. I think he was the treasurer at that time for the
They
youth.
say Robert.
Yes, since Rawa. Yeah, so in
Yeah,
terms of the women do
the women,
extremely well. It,
yeah,
it was
the women, the girls, the women, they are
yeah,
strong. They are strong. They support
yeah, yeah.
leadership.
Quarter
Yeah,
widow,
support
quarter
leadership.
quarter widow. Yeah, those are my quarter widow right
What do-
now.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, quarter widow. Those are my strong supporters.
What
Yeah,
happened? The president he find a way. Can I join by call? Yes, no problem. Wait, did you answer him? Wait,
Yeah, who's that? Who? Who?
he's that I asked if he can join by call.
Yeah. Send me his.
I'm happy with our president. I really was excited to talk to the Kakata district president.
Uh,
The acting president, I really 1 year from Kakata district, the youth work in Kakata, upper bomb, lower bomb, upper Lofa, lower Lofa, the southeast. Yeah.
I will, I will, I will, I will let you hear more about the people in the southeast region of Liberia to see what they really do on that side because those are the days that you don't have to see Lutheran church, on that side of Liberia. So to see the Lutheran church expanding on that side of Liberia, especially that Grand G there, River G, Maryland, Grand Cruz
Couple, please
side.
check the chat. Couple check. Send.
To see the Lutheran church expanding in other area, to see what the young people doing on that side to connect with their fellow youth in the Montreal district area and to see what they are doing. It will be so exciting for me to really know what they do on that side of Liberia, especially in the southeast part of Liberia. And I hope that my next trip in Liberia, I want to visit the southeast part of Liberia. I've not been to the southeast part of Liberia before.
Myself, I've been there, but I stopped in Fish Town.
Yeah, I've been outside of Liberia before.
Where I stopped Fish
The
Town.
only part of Liberia I was up to maybe that Nima, Ganta. That's all. I've not, I've not gone beyond Nima. Even Picada when I read the episode, I don't even know Picada.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know
I'm
Picada.
I'm sure the youth they are doing pretty well in the southeast because even for the women when we had the women we always had a representative or delegation from the southeast anytime we have our national convention. So I'm sure the young people too because the young people always into things. Yeah, the women.
Yeah, it's on the show. You meet up, can hear you if you
The
speak.
president welcome. Mr. President.
They had a connection problem. Oh, a problem in Liberia.
Yeah. When you look in the chat room, I send it two number.
Mr. President, can you hear us?
You know, hearing us? Yeah. So youth work, and another thing again, I see the youth work is difficult because number one, no support, right?
Yeah.
Especially for the district. So you as a youth president, you will have to be creative, and especially now where the parages have increased. Like Moravia district on like first, I think we had like 9 districts. But before it became now, it was less than that. That was after the shift. Where it was big, but then we had Kakata district combined with Moravia district. So Moravia district was a large district. So when you're serving as a youth president, but then you will have to go to Kakata, you have to go to Fremata, you have to go to Picano, right? Because we have parishes there. And you will have to go to Bomi, you have to go Harrisburg, you have to go Maysburg. Then before you talk about your central Morovia parishes. So it was a hard work. But after they separated the Kakata district, and you had to go Bon Mines, but then Hindi was part of Morovia district. Yeah, Bon Mines. You have to go Fit in Habel. Yeah, and where again?
So how many districts? So how many districts they had now?
I think we have either now or 10 district by now.
Okay.
Yeah. Mr. President, we're not hearing you. Yeah. So the work was hard, but now, yeah, much as the shared Kakata, they took Kakata district out, but then Maria district, first Maria district was now 3 out, 6 in, it was 9. And I think they have added peaceful, so it's 10. I don't know what are all in the parish now. I don't know. Thank you. Welcome, Mr. President, Moravia District. So I don't know if it is Austin is a parish now, but I think Peaceful is a parish. So it is 10 parishes
Peace,
now.
yeah, yeah, peaceful. Yeah,
And
peace,
so it
peace,
is
peace,
so it
peace is my
10.
church. Yeah.
So the work becomes hard for the district president, especially going out of town. I can remember when I served as Moravia district president, where we had to go Bomi, we had to go Harrisburg, Maysburg, and almost like every week, and you have to be out of time every week. And because number one, you want a communication between you and your parents, your youth. So I even went as far as one of bombing pushing point in the Guthrie pushing point. I don't know what I pushing point is parish, but it was on a bombing. I visited that pushing point. If I said when our district president, my queen came from that congregation, that pushing point. Yeah, I had the queen for bombing at that time. She came from there, and guess what? After she became queen, uh, she was like a daughter now to me, and I took her. I
Uh,
raised that girl from which class? If up to senior high. Yeah, that was how the relationship grew between she and myself. Yeah, I still remember, but she left, and I know the children want the fees, so that how she left. She said she was going to experience left on her own. I said, okay, fine. Yeah, she left. So you see, so we get connected based on our work, our hard work. We get to know people. Yeah, so the youth work is all about commitment. It's all about your time, your effort, communicate. Everything you have to do it to ensure that everything is working. You're in touch with your parish president. Mr. President, you're welcome. Oh. But why the two guys are not talking?
you guys can hear us?
Talking,
Dada.
so they were on mute. You were talking, so they were on mute. Yeah.
No, but Ben telling you, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Okay,
You
we
know,
have
that
Kakata on the
year,
line as well. So let's go ahead. We have Kakata on the line.
Okay. All right. So we have our district president, Marifa district president, our national president. Mr. National President, why are you so fine? What happened?
He cannot
Wait,
hear us. So
wait,
he
F
cannot
you.
hear us. Dada, can you hear us, Dada?
Are you hearing us?
can I mute yourself?
So,
Okay.
Madam President,
Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. They was either hearing you.
Madam President from Kakata district, wanna say welcome. She's not clear, Woody. She's
Yeah,
slow.
she's on the phone. Yeah, go ahead. She's listening.
Okay, Madam President, want to say welcome. Like I spoke with you and I told you today is all about our SLRS. That is our youth group, our Vera district. Uh, you being from the Kakata district, we would like to hear more from you, how the district is doing, how the working relationship with you and the national, how is it like? So we'll give you a minute for an introduction. By the way, her name is Kebe Flomo. Kebe is an acting president of Kakata district. So
All right.
Kebe,
So we also have Dada Pakala, and so all three of them are on the phone here with us. So um if we cannot hear them through the set, then we can still hear them through the audio. So Dada, if you can unmute yourself. Yeah. If the network is giving you a problem, Dada, that's fine. You can go through your phone.
mhm.
Yeah, go ahead. Sis Kevin, go ahead. Kevin, are you there?
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, you were asking a question. I didn't get it well.
So I said you should introduce yourself a bit just for 30 seconds.
Oh my God.
All right, folks. We're trying every means to get to have everyone on the phone. So yeah, right now we have Kakata District, Bond District, and the rest of the team. We have all of them on the phone with us. So if you go ahead and speak now, you'll be able. Yeah, we can hear you very well. Go ahead.
Hi, everyone.
Yes, go ahead, Brother Dada.
I'm good. We are having a serious network issue here today. I even tried to upload data and the station could not permit me. But we managed to get network. So we are forcing, if you see that I'm in a very dark place, trying to find a strong signal so I can be on the show. But thank you for hosting us tonight. And
I think for your safety, and I think everyone will agree with me on set that we can keep you guys on the audio. You don't have to come on video, so you can be in a safe environment. So we can hear you very well on audio, and we can ask all of the questions, and we believe that you will be able to hear us. So you don't have to be on to be on camera, be in a very dark place. We can hear you very well on audio. Dada. Yeah, couple, go ahead.
thank you.
Yeah, they're hearing us.
All right. So all three of them on audio, right? So
Yeah,
at
all
this,
three of them are on audio.
all right. So we will go to the national president, Mr. President, in 30 seconds. We already five and time five spent. We're going like 10 to 4 our time, my time. So we have to be very swift in our discussion and on point.
So, if I think you want me to introduce myself like the other people.
Yes. Introduce yourself. That is done. Kebe have a problem.
If that is it, my name is the Common and the current president of the National Nutrition Fellowship. And thank you for having me and the National Nutrition Fellowship a part of the Luton Connection tonight. So I want to say thank you for giving us here. And as we've come tonight to discuss important thing about our fellowship, we are hoping that all of us will be attentive and straight to the point. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. President. Kebe?
Yeah. Hello.
All right. If you're gonna use your video, then you have to leave you have to leave the line, the phone line. So instead of then we're gonna have feedback. But we cannot hear you from the video. So if you want to stay on the audio, that would be great. But we cannot hear you through the video. So what you will have to no, we cannot hear you through the video. So you have to go down to settings. Yeah. So just stay on audio. That's fine. Next time we can make adjustments. Yeah, just stay on audio. Then you can turn off your video. Yeah, you can turn off the video. Okay. So we can keep everyone on audio. We don't have a feedback. Couple, everyone is ready. Yeah.
Okay, so at this time, we will hear from Kebe. Kebe hasn't spoken yet. Just 20 seconds. Want to know who is she?
All right. I'm Kebe J. Flomo, Jemima Flomo, from the Canada acting president of the Canada Youth Fellowship. And I want to say thank you for having me on this show tonight.
Yeah, welcome. I want to say welcome. I would like to welcome our guests to this Malnutrition Connection. And we are here to discuss all things nutrient. At this time, we will go to our line of questioning, and we will go directly to Dr. Toto.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, couple. And also, thank you to our co-host with it. And let me greet our young people in studio or on the phone, the national president, and also the Morel district president, and also our dear sister from Kakata. Let me say thanks to you guys for the good work that you guys doing to head a very youth accelerate. I know how difficult it is to be a youth president. I was once a youth president before, so I know the difficulty it entails to reach out to be successful. So my heart is up to you guys, and I want to encourage you guys to continue the good work. Don't feel discouraged, but at the end of the day, you reap your glory, and we are also here to give you that support. So thank you so much. To our dear sister Ikakata, the ITU president. Why are you ITU president? What happened to the president? Was there any kind of vacuum the leadership, or the president was not showing taking the responsibility and then he become acting president? Why are you acting president? What happened to the president?
So I once served as the district general secretary, and my president having to be Emmanuel Kemeny. He ascended to the national level through election. This is why we are acting till October our election convention.
Oh, okay, that's good. Good. Yeah, thank you for that clarity. Yeah. And then also too, how is the youth in the Kakata district? Are they working with you? Are you finding difficulty reaching out? Are you really getting the support from your fellow young people?
Yeah, for the youth of this district, we have some challenges, but at least with the help of the national president and other senior friends, we were able to settle our differences, and at least Not for now, the youth has been active and we are coordinating well.
Thank you so much. My heart go out to you, Madam Acting President. Wish you a good luck. Wish you the best in your leadership. If you have problem, you need some support, we are here to give you that support. Thank you. Yeah,
All right.
All right, thank you, Dr. Toto. We will give it over to Woody. What you got for our young people?
Sure, thank you. My first question goes to the district president, Monrovia District, Lutheran Fellowship, Dada Coco. So I always miss not Dada Cocola, but Dada Pakala. And
Yeah.
I don't know. I should say I should be ashamed of myself because we all grew up, in St. Matthew. So and I worked with his father very closely before even moving to the national office. But Brother Dada Pakla, my question goes to you. Some and I want to thank you for being a regular follower of this show. So at some time you asked the question, you said that when with the LYF have the opportunity to come on, there are some issues that you have on mind and you want us to discuss those issues. So since now you are given the opportunity, what are some of the burning issues that you think we can discuss today?
Uh, Thank you, Senior Brother Willie. There are a lot of issues, and some of those issues, when we take it, it will be like a series movies. But let me just go straight into some of them. One of the major difficulties we are having right now, not just as a district, but at the level of national, because I'm a district president and I've been attending national expo convention, and we have been making decisions to negate some of this problem, but it's still a very serious issue, and that is the intervention of our parents, the LCL, the district leadership, the parishes leadership. I think the church have forgotten that they have a auxiliary that is highly dependent. The Young People Fellowship, the LYF, the district or the various districts, all of our members, over 80% of our members are school-going people. They are dependent. And it's a serious issue right now when it comes to our financial strength and how young people contribute. One of the major issues right now is this issue of serious misappropriation of funds. Right now, at the level of national, from the past leadership, and we have written serious communication to the central office, and the central office have not made any decision to help the national office run. The last time I said to you on the show, how can a young man, the former president, walk on the office, turning over in the night while was verified when we went for verification, or so the turnover know how all out of huge figures. When the present leadership went to verify these numbers, they realized that the only money left there was 5,700 LD.
Wow.
Then when the issue came out and we decided to do verification, the outgoing president agreed to pay back 4,900 United States dollars. Up to today's date, the central office, this communication is there. We have sent communication. In fact, the youth have asked for audit of the account. The central office is going 1 year, 2 months. The central office has not taken any decision. And this is hindering the work of the young people seriously. Thank God the national president is here. I think everywhere we go now as district and national official, we have to pay our own way from our own pockets. Some of the activities we want to make happen, we want to make sure that these activities are going through. Young leaders have to take it from their own pockets. This is becoming a very serious issue. When you see the budget line of the youth, you realize that all of our activities during the year, the LCL, the districts do not contribute a damn to any of this budget. But yet, we are the one paying tax, very huge taxes to our parents. So this is becoming a serious issue right now. When you pay attention, most of the districts are struggling for leaders because young people don't want to go somewhere where they do not have finances, and because they don't have the finances, they know that they will not work for proficiently, so they don't want to go there. So there is a serious breakdown. All of the districts are crying for leaders. So far, the districts are presently have 2-3 men that are holding these districts as leaders. All of 7 leaders per district. When you check this district, active officials are like 3, sometimes 2. Because these are the people who have a little bit of financial strength. They are doing something so they can move on and help to compensate with transportation and other things. So they continue to do the work. But it's a serious burden when it comes to the LYF holistically. Financial burden is a serious problem right now.
My follow-up question, because I have 2 questions. The follow-up question, Brother Dada. So, am I understanding that the turnover note from the previous, from the past administration, that it said that the figures were just placed out of the blue, or the figures were correct, but the funds were not available with the church, and that's the reason why the president, the past president, decided to take responsibility to pay 4,000 and some United States dollars. Can you just clarify on that, please, a bit, please?
So the turnover note, in my mind, figures was right.
Okay.
The figures that was on that paper. I want to say it was right because the last report that the past leadership gave us at the convention was audited. So I want to say that the figure on the turnover note was correct. But then when the new leadership, we asked the new leadership to make sure that before they use any of those money, they should verify all of those accounts. So we have several accounts. We have accounts for our partners' homes, and we have our local account, but they are all invalidly one at the LCL. So when the leadership went to do verification of figures that was turned over to them, that was when we realized that most of these accounts was depleted. It was just a figure on paper, and the only money left was 5,700 to 800 Liberian dollars.
So just for clarification, the past administration or the past president is only taking responsibility, but on the books, if you look at the actual record, he did not embezzle the money, so to speak.
So what we decided, the president took responsibility for some of the money that we could have verified right on him, that we saw right on him, that we could calculate and say this one we know about it right away. Okay. So it was at the sum of 4,900 United States dollars. The president or the former president agreed that he was going to take responsibility for that funds. He was going to pay it back. That was when ESCO, the National ESCO, decided that if this is this discrepancy is high and the outgoing president is taking responsibility for portion, there is a need we do auditing of his entire administration from day 1 to day last to verify and see how things were being ran at that office.
So in your mind, in your mind, what is preventing this audit verification of the LYF's book, not the entire LCL, but what is the obstacle that your books cannot be verified?
Okay, so in the live ESCO meeting we had in the convention, just ended convention in Upper Bourne, St. The report coming back after we have requested audit of our entire account, the central office will inform us that they cannot audit only our account, the LYF account. If they want to audit, they will have to audit the entire church because they have been compounding the money with the entire church account. And that was when I felt very discouraged.
Yeah.
That the central office will be telling me at this time of the war that you are hosting account of, or you are hosting serious account, and one of the members that you host that account come to you say, I want to know how my phone was spent in the last 2 to 3 years. How was it coming in and how was it going out? And you say to them that I can't give you only your video. I have to do every other person thinking together because I have been compounding the money. I feel that the central office is trying to protect somebody because this is not something right to me. And it's like you have a bank account, right, to a bank.
Right.
And you go to the bank for bank statement.
Right.
And the bank you say, I didn't give you bank statement because I'm missing the money with the rest of the 20,000 we have.
It doesn't sound right to me.
Yeah, it's not right. Yeah.
It doesn't sound right to me. And Dada, I will hold you right. Dada, I will hold you right there. I will turn it over to Couple.
Let me ask her.
They are financial experts as well. So we have financial experts on this show. I will turn it over to Couple. Yeah, go ahead,
Dada Toto.
Let me ask a further question to you.
Go ahead, Toto.
Dada, this is very troubling. This every year, the type of the report I gave you all tonight when it comes to the financial aspect of the youth, the LCA. Now, my question is, did you get officially right the central office, the bishop office, or the executive council to complain about the financial malpractices that occur in the youth?
Yes, we did, and in fact, I have been one of the district presidents that have been serious on this matter from day one. When I mean serious, I have been very serious on the financial malpractices at the LYF on the past administration on the very day I became president of the Moreland district. And it started 3 years back. And from that, our convention, it took that as a job when I just became district president 3 years back. There was a huge discrepancy, very huge discrepancy, and we realized there was some high level of financial malpractices. And I said to you previously, if we decide to go through this thing, it's like it will become a serious movie.
No. We have to call you back, brother Dada. We have to call you back, and then we'll have to gather some document from you so we can.
Yeah, we need to get some
document. We'll have a conversation with you, and we'll have to call you back.
And we will have to call the president, the past president, the current president.
Yeah, the past president as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead, sis Couple.
Okay, thank you so much. Dada, the issue of money in the Lutheran church, Lutheran can say that fine, sis.
No, they want to fine. Say they want got to stop to 3 and 2.
Okay, so thank you, Mr. President. So to our national president, I just want to give it out to you the issue of what the district president narrated, whether you in the know of that. You know?
The national president, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, so the question was posed.
Listen to your district president. Are you in the know of that?
Yes. The concern that all the challenges that have been raised by the district president is correct. Unless that, I would like to correct few of the figures that was being raised or that was in the turn over note. Yeah, that's all.
Okay. Correction.
Yeah, go ahead. You have an opportunity. Go ahead.
So the librarian according to the turn over note was 80,900. That was before the first escorted in May. And but the 10th one had 80,900. The USD account had somewhere around 500, I think 550 point something. Yes. And then there was no money for the trainings in the account, but there was monies reported for training that was on him. So what I'm saying is that when we talk over and try to do a verification of funds and the data by the airport city, we realized that instead of 80,900 in the account was 5,900. And then so we asked the treasurer to give her a bank statement because we were going for our national tournament. So we say, since we're going for the national tournament and the 10 word no say this is what we have in the account, let's make a request in this amount. So when we made a request and we got to the treasurer said, no, you don't get it money in our account. So no, but the 10 word no say we get it. The 10 word no say 80,900. So if you say we don't have it, then you give her a bank statement. So you give her a bank statement, and the bank statement say we have 5,900. And we're asking how the 80,000 was withdrawn. And then he said the 80,000 was withdrawn for the purpose of KP renovation. And who withdraw it? He said it, I don't know. So they all were aware, but that means it was not captured. They bought 80,900 rather than 5,900. 85,900 rather. So they should have brought to us in the 10 over note 5,900 in the LG account. But rather the 10 over note brought to us 80,509 and 85,900. So that figure was conflicting. And then when we checked the USD account, there was nothing in the USD account. But when we checked the project account, the project account that had the $550 there.
560. So was it an error for the
place
So was it an error for the note?
Yeah. I don't know why it was done intentionally, but they did a withdrawal in April. They had the executive council sitting in May. I don't know as to what time the national office did the turnover note presentation. That means when the president completed a report before doing a presentation. Because if they were working together, the financial report, even the director going to do withdrawal, everybody was in the know.
Yeah.
But right, that figure should have reflected the balance reflected in the financial report.
So how is the, because you, Kopa, I want to follow up, please.
Yeah, go ahead.
He said that if the director went to withdraw, then the president will be in the know. So how is the withdrawal procedure? How is the withdrawal procedure of the NYF? They say that director will just go and put in a withdrawal and the money is disbursed to him, or like it's a check and balance system wherein the choice the request will be sent to the treasurer and the president has to sign, the director has to sign 3 signatures, then it goes to the national office for that for the money to be dispersed.
Okay, so this is how it is, right?
Yeah.
The officer sees a need for a particular withdrawal
project
to be done.
Yeah.
A particular withdrawal to be done.
Right.
They discuss it, do the project with a breakdown. After that, they do the request.
Okay.
That request is reviewed. After it is reviewed, either the financial secretary or the treasurer sign it. The president approves it. The director endorses it. Then they take that request to the general secretary of the church. The general secretary look at that request. After he asks all the necessary questions, then he okays it. Then it is taken down to the treasurer of the Lutheran Church in Labrador. The treasurer also view according to the standard of the church. After the necessary caution, when it is confirmed, then he tells, okay, come for a check tomorrow or wait for a check this evening. He send it to a accountant, they prepare the check, and the check goes to the VA, the bishop, and the secretary. That's how I do. So, but the way how things went was after George was involved into the accident. So that was the place that things went out of hand.
When you say things went out of hand, how did it go out of hand? Is it like someone was acting in his place, or money was just withdrawn and his signature, either his signature was placed on documents? How did it go out of hand?
So when George was out of office, sometimes the directors go and do withdrawal. Most of the time the checks were written in the director account when the financial secretary, the treasurer, not around, and maybe sometimes the secretary. So that is how it was like.
Then why
what's the director at Aquabo? Can you ask him what's the director?
Why George took responsibility of it?
Right, then why George took responsibility? Because the director was just writing check without George's consent. George's signature was not on there. Isn't it the Constitution that in the absence of the president, the vice president will act in his place? Was the vice president given the opportunity?
Yeah, so those are some of the questions we will not answer on the platform now because we were not there, and we can tell you more about it. The reason why you see some of the things came out is because we try to do some level of investigation. Now, the funds that you see that brought out all of these things was the training money, the training funds that come from our sponsors, right? When the funds come, it is in the church account. Now, when it is in a project account, at the end of the month, there is some level of deduction that is done every month. Now, and if the funds are there for a particular purpose and it is deducted because the purpose of the funds are allocated upon maybe after every 1 month we go train the people in lower bond. The next month we go train the people in lower bond. The next month we go train the people in Guinea, just like that. So when the funds are there, when you come and take no far on the funds or and then you go to the training, the foreign money lead there, they will do deduction. So there will be a deduction in the next training. So the leadership deemed it necessary in our own knowledge that let us do a general withdrawal and keep the money aside. That there will not be too much of deduction that will not meet up with our budget. So they all agree with that good conscience and they withdrew the money and placed it to a particular place with a particular budget. They will go through the same withdrawal purpose, the same way you can do withdrawal, they will go through that same process to go and get the money. But then, like I said, when George, some of the documents that I saw when we took over in the one person will make a request. And one person will make a request and go and just read a paper, read a piece of shit and just make a request on it. And then just go and get money. That would be just account now, but we can individual now. So it is that fund that is either the training money. It is that fund now that when it was brought to George's attention to give account of these funds, he couldn't really give account as he continued to read through the request paper that will be made. I don't know whether some of the requests he was in a no. I can't tell whether he was in a no or he was not in a no. But you know, anything the unit does, the commander is responsible. So he said, I will take charge of these funds. And when we did the calculation, it was somewhere around 4,000.
So, Mr. President, who was the national the director at that time?
Who was the director at the time?
The current director.
Very fair. Who is still the director?
So I think there's a need that will bring Reverend Pear as president and the current administration for us to discuss because
that's a question.
My point here, why the president would take responsibility of something he doesn't know about.
Yeah.
And take the responsibility that he will pay the money and he's not paying the money. Why? You don't know about anything. Why take responsibility? Okay.
I mean, we need to find out if he's paying the money or not. The president is here. We need to find out if he's paying the money or not.
Yeah, and another thing again, the issue of
that I want to come in, Kabo.
Who?
That Moreover district president wants to come in.
Yeah, Dada.
When I said this is where most of the young people are disappointed with the LCL, this is where I come from. This money issue, the LCL is in the know. We have received several communication before it reached a point where we asked for a audit. And it's like almost a year. The LCL has not taken a good decision, even the fund that the former president agreed to pay. They have not taken any decision, so we have received several communication. We have mandated our leadership to write communication several times. Like I said, when we went to that, and when the national president said there was a breakdown with George Oliver went to the state bush. Yeah, there was a serious breakdown. It was from that moment we started writing communication. So let me give you a little scenario. Break in the time that you went to the state bush. Before we went for summer camp that year, the common treasurer, Brother Moses Hadinho, resigned in November, leaving beyond around 1,005, if I'm not mistaken, 5,008. We did not have any other activities that could carry money. The next activity was the National Summer Camp. And we all know that summer camp raised a lot of funds. It was at that camp, at the end of that camp, on our way home, when the TV leaders had the motorbike accident that took the former national president to the state bush. Money generated from the summer camp that year up to today's day, information say it had not reached our account. Okay, but that was not the issue. After the summer camp, we did not have any other activity until the convention. We went to the convention that year. The national president at the time, acting national president, which the vice president, Dr. Daniel Vanna, in his report said we had a balance of negative 1,200. So I raised the issue. How can the former treasurer resign, leaving behind 1,000 plus? We did not have no other activity. We went to someone can raise money. No other activity. Now we reach there and say we got negative balance. How is it possible? From that very moment, we started writing communication. We have written several communication to the LCL. Several communication. And nobody is paying attention to any of the communication. So to the point where it means that we ask for audit and they say they cannot audit only our account, they have to audit the entire church account.
That's the part I'm a bit confused about.
Somebody.
That's the part I'm a bit confused about, the issue of. It's simple. The man is depositing his money, or money is passing through the church. I think when we were in the women, what we used to do, this is why you people got to build LCL back too. The outgoing treasure, but then your outgoing treasure should at least.
Hold on 1 second. I think for some reason, she wasn't.
Who Lopu Kaba?
Yeah. So are you hearing us? Okay. Yeah. Couple hearing us?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Okay.
You hearing me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah, go ahead, Dada.
Yeah, so Mr. Yanyo, you were saying something I did not get you clear. That's why I asked.
No, I was saying, why with the church refusing to audit the portion of the LYF? Why? When it is just something simple to do. First of all, you people can just list and just do a come check. Your finance officer and the church and sit down and see all the money that passed through the account, and you just and reconcile the both book and come up with something. You have to take the whole church audit report and you just only for a while. If you have issue and something is not clear, they got the right to explain it to them how the money was used. Because you can say you have a procedure in withdrawing money for 3, 4, 5 signature and you only accept one signature. Why? On what basis you accepting one and only the director? Well, it is not only the director. Other people should have fixed that signature to that payment request. Because I can remember our in the women, these are things that we did. The same procedure. Everybody followed that same procedure. So at time they will tell you, say, you got this amount on your book. At time the book will say you get 5,000 when you go to LCA account. LCA account will tell you, say, we got 3,000 in the account. It happened to us many times those days when we're in a winning. So you got to stand on your feet and go and reconcile their book with your book. So what Vera used to do, take all of her bank statement and go to the central office one afternoon, and she in the accounting center and reconcile that book. And at the end of the day, LCA will end up putting our money back what they took from the women. So these are things that the youth should be very only a light stop. But then for
aggressive.
the president taking responsibility now, there, for me, it becomes suspicious. Because why would you take responsibility of something you don't know anything about?
No, let me come in. The place where the president comes to take responsibility has nothing to do with the church.
Oh, okay.
The reason I say it has nothing to do with the church because the youth leadership withdrew the money from the church account. Okay, we have our support count for summer camp, and summer camp is December, and we went and we drew the money in October or in November, and we say for the purpose of summer camp. So the church gave our money to us. So the church, all the church know now that we're going for our summer camp to play our summer camp activity. Anything happens to that money now, you cannot blame the church in that case.
Okay.
Now we blame us. So that is the reason why when we investigate that 4,000 and some other number that for training, it was now traced to the leadership. It's not any longer traced to
The church. Okay. So my question. You talk about deduction. What are those deductions that make you people to withdraw the money to keep it in an extra account? You know?
I trying to understand a question.
You talk about deduction all of the time when you make requests. The central office will deduct certain amount, right? Is it a bank charges?
No, that one comes directly from the bank. It is a bank charge, not the central administration. That's a bank charge.
And how much is the bank charge? So much that will make you people to withdraw $5,000 and put it in somebody's hand, and you'll be taking it from that small. How much was it?
I think the project account. I think it should be. I think what $30. Yeah, the project account should be $30. I what 30 or something.
Oh, a monthly basis.
Yes. Come again.
I said on a monthly basis. Yes, it was $30 service charge.
Yes, on the monthly basis.
That's why I like to suggest. I like to suggest that we invite we invite the national
director.
Yeah, the director, the former
Vice
president,
president,
and the treasurer. Also, we can follow up with the current administration and find out why they have not agreed to audit the books of the LYF. And just to follow up on that is that with that brother Pakla and the national president, your request to audit, has that request reached, like, have you gone as far as like executive council, the church executive council, and ask the question in that body to find out why your request has not been adhered to, or you just based upon information you receive from the national office? Have you, because I know you sit on executive council, have you taken your concern to executive council?
Okay, so we're just in executive council in the last month or two. My request did not just go to the executive council, but the first process we passed through was the procedure of writing the bishop.
Okay.
They say, oh no, that is not the procedure. The procedure is you write the secretary,
okay,
see the bishop, and see the treasurer. So I will do the letter. I will do the letter, wrote the letter, I'll get to the secretary, CC the bishop office, CC the treasurer office. May a present or a physical appearance again with my behind my letter to ask the treasurer why is the delay. Because I think was to be done, set my second ESCO in September. It came for the second ESCO in September, it went to my convention, my camp. So all the time we had time bound that we needed it. So we went to the treasurer. It has not been. The treasurer said, "Oh yeah, we received your communication." The bishop have told us that the bishop has said the investment committee should be responsible for it because they are responsible for audit, and the treasurer is on the investment committee. He said he tried being the investment committee since we were appointed by the bishop to no avail. So now they will do it according to the way how they try to bring on the auditor to audit the church, and they will audit our book in our place. When Bishop extended the convention also asked me what is the whole of our ESCO, our
audit request.
You will also say, yeah, audit request. He said the church does not have a full money for the audit, but we should wait when they're doing the general audit, then the youth book will be on the audit as well.
So have you requested?
I took that as a point in my report at the executive council sitting in one time. It was even flagged out it was like a 5 to 10 minute discussion on the youth why that book has not been audited. Yes, it was discussed at the executive council sitting.
So have you offered?
That was
have you? Okay, so let me ask the question: is your request based on external or internal audit?
I don't know, but we have asked the church to audit our account. We have asked the church that we need an audit for our account because the issue here is we are saving our money with the church. We're not saving it outside. So the church.
I think the church has an internal auditor, right?
Right. So Enoch. Sorry for calling you Enoch, Mr. President, Mr. NYF President. The reason why I asked that question is this: the national church can tell you that we don't have money to hire external auditors, but the church has internal auditors. I think this is a committee. So the money, if the church does not have money for external auditors, the church can use internal auditor. And internal auditors are financial experts as well. The only thing is that internal auditors are part of the Lutheran Church in Liberia. Okay, they might be from some of the parishes. Okay, but external auditors, that is a financial firm that has no linkage with the Lutheran Church in Liberia. So and most time you will see that international partners or we ask for this kind of group, seeking a very third party. But for looking at your books, you can
just
also
establish the fact that this money
just
was
establish the
mismanaged.
fact.
Why
So
go for external
you can
auditor?
ask for an internal the internal audit committee to look at your books, and also you can refer some names. For example, we have great financial experts in our church. Brother Fala, Paul Fala from St. Matthews. Brother Koklo Yankwe from Batnasville. Brother Abraham Tamba from Batnasville. There are a lot of financial experts that we have in our church that can audit, just the youth component. So I don't think, it should be based upon that the youth work cannot, the youth books cannot be audited. So you still have the means. I think you can still make the push, and we believe that the church is also listening to us right now. So they cannot use that as a yardstick not to audit the youth books. And I think it's just very wrong, in my opinion. It's very wrong. Couple, you can go ahead.
Yes, so just add on to what Woody said. I think that for what the president of my district said, the church is trying, Sunday office is trying to protect
To
somebody.
shield
I think
someone. Yeah.
so. I think so because
Yeah.
I see no point in where they will not want to audit the youth portion of their money that they are depositing with the church. They are
Right.
not going for external auditor. The audit report is not going to partners. The audit
Right.
report is going to the youth. The youth just want to establish the fact that how the money was used, whether it
Yeah.
was misused or it was used properly. That's all, so they can know and come up with the next decision. But if you were
Absolutely.
say you're waiting for an external auditor to come to do the audit before
It's
the
not going to
youth
happen
get
now.
enrolled, then I don't think the church is proceeding the right way. I don't think
Yeah.
so.
I
And
agree with you,
another thing
couple, now.
again, like what you said, Woody, there are a
So
lot of people out
for me,
The,
there.
I
the president
think
wants to
You
come in.
can
Maybe the president and Dada can. Maybe the Mr. President. Maybe Dada can come in, and you can. Or let's give Kevin a chance to chime
well
in on this,
if
and
Kevin
Dada
is
can come in.
aware of this.
Yeah, yeah. Kevin, are you aware of all of this?
yes. So what I wanted to say is that for the money that George, former president in our LYF, agreed to pay, I think in our ESCO, returning over ESCO, there was a money between the former the former treasurer, which is the financial secretary, and that of the former president. When the former financial secretary, she had a trip to go, I think, in one of the countries, and then the partners wanted to send the money, but according to her, at that time, the NYF account was not really active. So then the ICE, who to send the money to? So this into the former president's account, his own personal account, and I think that was the money you were talking about to pay back, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Yeah, but I mean,
And can you
that's a good
remember the
information
amount?
you're providing too.
Now those
That,
are different. Can you
yeah.
remember it was how much?
So for the general account, this is where we are asking the
The
LCO
church.
to do all it.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
So all of you, so it is you people are in agreement with that, right?
Says Kevin, the question is, all of the districts are in agreement with the national on this audit issue. Is that correct?
Oh yes. Yes.
Okay. Go ahead, Dada. Go ahead, Dada.
yeah, so in fact, it was us, the ESCO member, who mandated the national office to write the LCL for an audit. It was all district leadership or committee heads that mandated the LYF to write for an audit. And
Okay.
this is almost a year now. Look, see, brother, when I say I have a high level of frustration in this entire money saga, look.
No, it's not you alone. I think you can tell by our reaction as well.
Let's take for instance, right? Somebody have already agreed to pay 4,005 plus, right?
Okay.
He agreed.
Yes, Salah.
Yeah, that is central office. The LCL, the parent cannot even bring this person to the table and say, how can you pay this money back to these people at times?
So brother Dada, let me ask you the question. Let me ask you that same question. In the negotiation process wherein the former president took responsibility, like the current president is saying, whatever the company does, the company commander is responsible. Was there any written was it documented that, okay, I'm gonna pay every month, I will pay $5 every month? Was it written that I will pay $250 every month from my paycheck from so and so? Was it written, or it was just an agreement? Okay, the president agreed, the president said, gentlemen, you know what, I will pay.
So when the former president was taking that initiative to pay back that sum of money, it was in the presence of the LCL General Secretary.
So no, brother Dada. Back to my question. I know other people were there. Was it documented? Did he sign on a piece of paper saying, I will? Because now this is the thing, when it comes to pushing him through and you want to look at the legal proceeding, he can tell you if he did not sign on any paper. He said, I did not sign. That's verbal. So was it written? Was it documented that I sign, I will pay every month, every 2 weeks, every 5 months? Was it documented? I will pay every year. Was it documented?
Brother, this is the place where I say I'm frustrated, right?
Okay.
Because when they said the situation came out, let me get this well.
Okay, go ahead.
When they said the situation came out and we wrote the LCL, because the first thing we do when we found this kind of situation, we know that we are on a big end, brother, right? So
right.
we reference them to come into the situation and take charge and better handle it. We bring them in as parents, right?
Right.
So we wrote the LCL and they placed the LCL General Secretary on top of that investigation.
In charge, okay.
Investigated that. In charge.
Okay.
He was the one who investigated that. Right? It was right in his office. I was there. I was in that meeting when the former president agreed to pay this money back.
Mm-hmm.
So when he agreed, it was still in the hand of the general secretary now to say, how can you pay this money back? Because it was in the hand of our parents now. It was not in our hand. We are giving it to our parents to take care. Well, I'm saying since then,
Brother Dada, into the national leadership. Why it is true that the president, I mean, he was responsible enough to take this bold step, I think is also falls on you guys.
Can I answer the question? Can I speak to the question?
Yeah, go ahead, Mr. President. Speak to the question. Was it documented? Do you have any document in your possession? Your treasurer or your secretary has any document in your possession stating that Brother George Morba, former president, is
I think the minutes carry that time, right?
Couple of the minutes can carry, but it has to be written. You have to sign a document saying I will pay by this is how much I will pay.
The stipulated amount.
Okay.
Yes.
So the answer to that is no. But the answer to that is no. But
okay.
This is why it did not happen.
Why?
On the first opinion, after we have written the issue for audit, in fact, in the meeting where it came out about the 4,000 when George agreed to pay, we started the discussion on how much you would like to pay per month.
Okay.
As a go against a salary.
Okay.
Now, ESCO said no. We want to do an holistic audit.
Establish the fact first, right?
Can you say somebody will be paying this amount in half?
Okay.
Let us know how much in the total amount.
Okay.
So that the George did not make a promissory note on that.
Okay.
When it passed a month or two, that we did not hear anything from the church.
Right.
We went back. The director said, "Let's go back. Let George start to pay some of the money." They gave us a note on how you will pay some of the money.
Okay.
When we went back to the secretary, we said to him, since the long time we reviewed, we have not heard anything about the audit. We want for George and us to come and discuss here on how much you'll be paying in the 4,000 and some more, how much you'll be contributing monthly. The secretary told us clearly that the fact that you are requested for an audit, George cannot be paid when the audit is done. That was clear.
Couple, something is wrong. Like Brother Dada said, I understand the frustration from the youth. You understand, and I can tell by the tone, of the Monrovia District President, and I can tell how frustrated the youth are. Now, this is the thing. Now it is like in a cycle. The treasurer saying we cannot, the national office saying we cannot audit through the treasurer. Then the secretary is saying the bank cannot pay no money because there is no audit. So saying you want audit, we got to do audit. There is no audit. So it means that someone is hiding someone somewhere. Someone is hiding behind something, and it is very wrong. For me, I'm not holding past administration. Current administration needs to take responsibility and help this department in the church. Instead, going to them every time, telling them to pay quota and telling them to pay contribution, but they do not have any interest in seeking, in helping them to seek redress in this issue. And I mean, I too joined the NLY. I'm deeply frustrated. I'm deeply frustrated of to hear all of this.
Yeah, because it is on the same platform we come, we raise money, and the money you are not, they raise money for you. All of the time you cry for money, and we help and raise money, and at the end of the day, you mismanage, and nobody can give accounts for anything. And the national office is not even helping in that direction. So, Mr. President, don't you think there's another way? Can you people request for an internal auditor?
Right, a request for internal
Instead,
auditor.
yeah, instead of
That's
waiting
the
for
means
the
for you to
whole,
get
is
your
there
money.
any you people thinking
So
of that?
this is why I wanted to say the issue of the internal auditor, right?
Okay.
As much I can quote, as much as I still remember the letter we wrote the office, the national office, and we asked for an independent auditor. Independent auditor could be internal. Our mind, we're not going to take people from outside because we know that it requires money business. That's two. After we wrote this letter, when we had a conversation with the bishop said, "Your CC, so I cannot add on the CC." We said, "All right," but it's just to inform me that this is the condition that we are facing, and we need a helping hand. He said, "All right." We found a way. We went and talked with him on it. He said, "All right, Mr. President and NLYF, we have an investment committee, but a financial committee that was set." And the financial committee is responsible to do audit in this church. So we reach out to them to come and do your audit. So that was a relief for us. So the bishop understands, or the church understands the point for which we keep on at the moment that we're not requesting people from outside or requesting people from inside, but we needed our book to be audited. Whether the church go and hire people from outside or the church do it from inside, we just needed an audit. We just did an audit, and the bishop made it clear to us that okay, we have a financial committee here. The financial committee will be responsible to do your audit.
And have you gotten any communication from this finance committee, or did you ask to follow up with the finance committee to see if they can do the audit?
The treasurer is a member of this committee. In fact, I think he's a ex official. He's a full member of this committee. For every time I went to the treasurer for the audit, he would tell me that the financial committee, the head of it is not in country, and there's a delay. We expect that he will come to country, and then gradually, all the time he told me, "Oh, he's in country now. The audit will soon start." And until all of those times elapsed, now I'm hearing now that they will add the audit to the general audit that they're about to do. But if we have
I wonder if the same treasure that the bishop was saying. No, Papa, I want for you to remind me on something. Is it the same treasure that the bishop, when he was here the last time, he said that I think some officials of the church administration needed to be arrested or investigated, and he was going for his wedding, so they had to put that on hold. Is it the same treasure?
No, I don't know. I was not.
That's the same treasure.
Is that my former chairman?
Who
is
your
that Gobal? Gobal, that's my former chairman there.
Well, it can be a former chairman or not, but he needed
Okay,
to
another thing I wanted to flag out, right? I wanted to flag is this even if you become an external auditor, the auditor is doing a whole audit of the LCR. They will not separate the youth aspect from there. So I don't know how that extended audit would be like. Everyone when they bring like external auditor, they can do it. They can audit department by department, or they are going to look at the full LCR financial statement and audit. I don't think they're going by department. So I think I need to go back to the bishop's office and appeal to him to use the financial committee, as he said earlier, to go through the audit, because even if they come out with general audit, it would not show details of the.
You would not show details like the general audit. It's not right under the LCL, but you want specifically the youth audit.
It's to pull the youth aspect out.
Right?
And another thing again, I was thinking on how the director is paid. Mr. President,
how the director is paid.
The director is facing the youth account now.
All right, so guys, listen, the Dean and Dean Jala, I want to say thank you so much. Dean Jala is in Senegal, Dakar, Senegal, and let me read to you guys what Dean Jala is saying. He said, "I'm just hearing about this issue now, and I think that we need to follow up. We need to follow up on this after the show to gather the facts and ensure that the youth have a better clarification of their program funds. So please, the Dean Jala is saying that he just got this information, and this is the thing. If we go to this office and we are not hearing after one or two, go to the next person. Like right now, the Dean of Monrovia.
Hey, you have a dean, a district dean. What a district dean is saying.
Exactly, Mr. Monrovia District President. You have a district dean. You have I know it may not fall within your purview. You have the BMTEA. Reach to some of these committees and let them know this is your concern. Because, for example, if your dean, the dean of Monrovia District is saying that, you know, he has no idea of this, it means that a lot of people.
A former dean, maybe when he was there.
Okay, yeah, maybe when he was there, but we're glad that and you know, once a dean, he's always a dean. We are glad that Dean Jala.
Yes,
you know,
I know. I'm just saying maybe by that time it was not.
maybe by that time, yeah. And we are glad that, you know, he's gonna take serious interest into this, and we'll also follow up with Dean Jala. We'll also follow up with the current dean. Who's the current dean of Monrovia District?
Dean Gono.
Dean Gono. We'll also follow up with Dean Robert Gono and follow up and also and ensure that the youth books, you know, are reconciled. But I want to.
I asked a question. I still want to know. You know, so the director is being paid by the LYF funding from where the money the partner sends. That where you people pay director for how it's it done. Or district can pay that quota to the national and the pay director how the money is raised.
Yeah, Mr. President, did you get that question? The President just came back, you know, he went in and out. Mr. President, the question quickly is about the payment of the salary for the director. And also, maybe if you can use this time, since time is fast spent, you can use this time to talk about any other project, any other update in your fellowship, including the past how you call this thing, the past thing that they went to. Yeah,
be the last to
right, and maybe if you guys can talk quickly about the camp also. I know the president wanted to use this opportunity to speak about the camp and those who supported the camp. If you want to say any word or two, so we will, Mr. President, keep the director's salary and the camp and everything. You're going to speak on that, Mr. President. We're going to give 2 seconds. We're going to give 1 minute to Sis Kevin from Kakata. Give her your closing comment. We're going to go to Brother Dada as well. You can take another 1 minute, and then we can go to the President Enoch. Go ahead, Sis Kevin.
So again, I want to say thank you for having us on the show. At least while hearing our grievances, will help us to work on it. So for my district aspect, for the federal district, we want to say we are now trying, even though there was a challenges, especially with the district team and all the members of the district, LYF, wanting to go for activities on their own will, choosing which one of the activities to attend, which one not to attend. So we are settled it, like I said earlier, and now the district is moving. We are putting on new code of officers to a convention, which will be election convention comes October. So I'm going to say thank you ever so much.
So, Madam President, are you running?
The girl, she pleaded fifth. Couple, don't put the girl campaign. She pleaded fifth. She pleaded fifth. Go ahead, Dada. Don't put the girl campaign. You want to put my
answer me if she running, because why I'm asking the woman is in my referral. She affiliated with Sinafi. So how is she running the Kakata district?
Couple, that's why I said don't put saying this President Gary. The right from Monrovia to Kakata, she running the district. Go ahead, Dada Pakla.
I don't like it. Please allow the president to answer my question.
All right. Go ahead, Kevin. Kevin, you've been asked the question. Go ahead, Kevin.
Yeah, so the question is, am I running comes the next election?
Yeah.
But I will not speak to that now until people will say,
That's pas politician.
yes, because we are still putting people on board to work.
Exactly.
When it comes to working in the picture, it will be too difficult to find someone coming on board. People will just come on board, take the position and sit back. So we are encouraging people to do to us a favor by coming on board to take leadership in the district. So from now to June, we'll know our next thing.
Thank you, Sis Kebe. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam President.
Politically said.
Political Quebec.
Oh, that's a political zizu. Go ahead, Kebe. Go ahead, Dara.
Okay, so let me say thank you.
And Dara, please, before you come in, I want to ask
Dara, a couple minutes to say
Dara,
something.
before you come in, I want to ask something. I was at a induction ceremony. I hope you remember that great day at St. Matthew. And there were a lot of projects that you put forth. You should please mention the rest project. How far is it now?
Okay, so let me say thank you for having us in the show. And so at the level of the Moreover District, we are grateful to all of our members, most especially our parishes president, that
Dara, you gone low.
Dara, hold on 1 second. I think you went out a little bit. All right. Dara, maybe you want to go out and come back in a little. Let me see. All right. Okay, just give me 1 second. I think folks, this is what happens when it comes to yeah, let's are you guys yeah,
Dara is back.
yeah, Dara is yeah, there's a problem with
So
the
can Enoch be speaking?
yeah, it's also gonna have a it's also gonna have a problem. Um
The problem is from your end.
yeah, probably it's from my end for some reason. My
Oh, you disconnected the people.
no, my they are on, but my speaker is not staying as couple. Just give me 1 second. I will
Don't bust my eardrum.
yeah, sorry. I think the problem is coming from the problem is for me. Um, no. Hold on. You'll be fine. Hold on 1 second. Just 1 second and okay. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Dada. Go ahead again, Dada, please.
Oh, everyone are getting me?
Yes.
Yes, perfect.
Okay, so as I was saying, we are grateful to have one of our parishes, especially the uh, urban parishes being active, at least about 5 of them. So far, we are lacking behind with the 080 and the youth memorial, and a bit with 20 are coming in, but with very low numbers. So that's one of our issues. We are grateful to have bombing back on board. Over the years, bombing has not been active. But we went to their preaching point. There is this preaching point in the bombing, one of the Christ Living Church called the New Jerusalem, and they are in back. And we managed to speak with the young people there in our meeting with them, set up an acting leadership, and with that acting leadership, we have Bumi back on board. So we are grateful that Bumi is back on board, and they went for the just ended national convention. There was also their presence. So we are good, Moreover District. And Moreover District is also going into election comes November. And let me publicly say that I will not be contesting because the Constitution says your last running age is 27 and I'm no longer 27. So I will not be running. So we are encouraging all our young people that we have brought on board. We have appointed some of them to committee so that we can see them so they can take over the Moreover District while we live. And since couple or say I should speak about some of our projects, it has been difficult with our project, most especially the rest that was to my heart. I was happy when I was coming in. And we before we even took office, we managed to get a spot. And somebody was also waiting to give us to continue to start that rest business. Unfortunately, our church do not have a investment arm, the constitution, so we could not get that business registered as the business of the Moreover district. It could have been registered in an individual name, which would not be right that I registered in my name. So that for one of the projects that went down, and we hope that the church can pass the investment arm by constitution. Since I still have 4 months, we are still looking into that project when that is passed to the next upcoming sitting of the Lutheran Church in Liberia. And our singing competition has some issues, and the issue is with our parishes. Like I said, the council chairs, the district, they need to help us, the young people, while we trying to organize this thing when we invite them to see them to us. Over the past 2 years, we have not managed to get contestants for any of these parities except for St. Matthew, St. Peter's, and people now, our parish over the years, they have been having someone to represent them, but all of our parishes have not been having contestants. And that program is financially or bad. So we will need that less than 8 contestants to be in the competition that will help us run the program freely. So we are hoping to have our 63 this year. It will kick off the recruitment process will kick off this month. It's in our calendar or even to have it. So we are also praying to have that program this year so that we can have our new music in Barcelona and the level of Moreover District. And this coming Saturday, we initiated our program 3 years back. That is the Moreover District Sunday School Easter program, where we bring all of our parishes in Moreover District Sunday School together to have a one-day event. And the intent is to see how we can help formulate a Moreover District Sunday School department. They have been successful in the past 2 years, and this year, Banner Day is the hope. This coming Saturday, will be there with all of our kids from our various parishes to have our chair or Moreover District Sunday School event. And also this year, part of our plan will have a homecoming of the Moreover District Senior Friends. I hope to see Senior Brother Willie, a visitor couple today to come back for the homecoming.
Yeah.
So we also have that this in our plan. And we'll be going to convention, like I said, it will be our election convention. So thank you for having us, and we look out for the central office. So please, I'm saying this, please, central office, to please look into this case. The issue of the financial practices from the previous regime is a very serious issue and is demotivating district and parish leaders. It's seriously demotivating these young people. Because you see young men who is not having a job, spending his money to every event, and every day you come by, the other person walk away with the money, you send communication, nothing happen. It is not showing all a good sign. It is not set or serving as an example for the next leaders after the leaders that are gone. So we are hoping that the church can take serious decision in handling some of these issues, and if possible, make sure to set a serious or precedent so that it cannot happen again. And I also want to say thank you to the present leadership or headed by Brother Enochman. His team is doing extremely well. Imagine coming to a leadership with nothing and they have had a successful 1 year with the activity, and we are looking forward to working with them to make sure that we can restore the integrity of the NLYF and also build our finances. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
But whether before the national president can Dada, did you do any recommendation concerning that investment policy or
Yes,
whatsoever you people
yes,
had?
we recommend that to the Constitution Committee
Oh,
so
okay.
that it will be a part of the Constitution. And luckily, Bishop have set up the investment arm of the committee. So the committee
Okay.
is there. We just hoping to legalize it by Constitution. So when that is legalized, we can have all these freedom to do these businesses, especially within the Morovia State. To have businesses, you need to register them, you need to pay tax to government, and it cannot be your individual business. They have to be a business on the state.
Okay.
Go ahead, Mr. President.
You know?
Yes. Let me say thanks to my Looking Connection for having us on the show tonight. My Looking Connection, since our leadership came into office, we have been outside. We want to thank you for supporting our summer camp. That was so awesome. And also to our just enough convention. We saw your support. You help us to carry our activities live. And people who did not come to the convention.
Mr. President, one second, please. Sis Kevin and Dada, can you just mute yourself, please? Just put yourself on mute. Sis Kevin and Dada. Yeah, Sis Kevin, put yourself on mute, please. Sis Kevin, can you mute yourself, please? Okay. Go ahead, Mr. President.
So I was just saying thanks also for our convention. You were able to make us to carry our convention, our zero activities, major activity live. And there were other people who call us and say, "Oh, you people doing well at the convention." The fact that we could sit from distant places and monitor all of the activities going on, it was also good. And the live took Bishop on live, the district president, the president giving a report, the financial report, all the reports. It was just good. And we want to say thank you so much for that support. And to our summer camp, also your support team at the appropriate time when we pushed you against the wall, when it was very, very close, but you still came through for us. We started the camp preparation already. We had our first camp meeting the later part of last month. We had our first camp meeting, our evaluation, and then we started the planning process already. We'll be having our second meeting in this month. And our second meeting will be coming up with places that we need to send out communication where we identify the places and then and there should be communication to them so far. And then we'll also be getting back to Looking Connection to have our own time on the camp committee having a time on the show to start the new ideas on what are the things that we hope to see at camp this year. We started the planning process already. In my last 1 year, I never had the opportunity. There were many things that we should have done that we did not do in the last 1 year. Leadership training, training for the various districts and parishes were not successful because we needed to clear all of those records with our partners who send their phones that we needed to account for them. So in the last 1 year, we were trying to face that with the partner, to regain our faith. Because for sure, I received an email strictly to the national office that if these things are not accounted for, we will not support the National Relief Fellowship for the period of 5 years. That came strictly to my email. So in the last 1 year, take it with my leadership. Yeah, I needed to take it with my leadership to make sure that we settle whatever we needed to settle with the past leadership and then make sure that our partners are okay, particularly the partners on ERCD. So fortunately for us, in the latter part of last year, before we found our first support we got from them was for the summer camp. Just imagine we took what me, I read the training, all of the trainings, forms of what the camp, but they held all of those forms. They did not send it. The only form we received from EFCD last year was for camp. And the reason why it came from camp because uh, we had to settle those places that had issue. We also want to commend Mrs. Jara, Gerald's wife, Marion Jara, the former our former consultant. She was very instrumental in helping us and to make sure that those things are covered, make sure not covered but are settled and wherever we needed that for clarity, where the reports need to come from, even working with the past leadership George, for every time we needed him, we go to his office, we call him, you make it say available, and then we're able to settle it. Finally, December, we're able to have our first support. And we have sent a budget again for our trainings around for this year. They have also approved the budget for our trainings. So I received that email day before yesterday. So in as much as the forms for the training email came day before yesterday, we could not also say this year and say we now have our leadership training. We have our leadership training. We're in Rawalsport. I just came from Rawalsport last night. So we're in Rawalsport for the past 2 days. We went Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we came out. We just want to make a 5-year strategic plan for the fellowship where we want to see the LYF in the next 5 years. So under my administration is 3 years, but when I talk over, for every time a leadership at least take what there must be a tools that you handle over to the next to start with, so that at the start and then they can add on to what they bring. I did not have that. So the first 1 year, I just begin to work from the calendar event and begin to work from my campaign message to the people. But with the 5-year strategic plan we started, we did, so it's not completed. It's somewhere around 75 to 80%. Because we need to give it to all experts who will look at it and then we can finalize and begin to carry it. But we want to do that before our first ESCO sitting in May. Yeah. So the training, the retreat ended yesterday and we came at home. That's our next step we're in now currently. And then we'll be going to the Easter camp. Our Easter camp has all been leaving for the Southeast, or the national office will be leaving for the Southeast tomorrow. We should be in Fishtown having Easter camp with the Southeasterners. So by the help of God, we have to leave tomorrow. But one of the obstacles we are facing, a serious challenge in the National Religious Fellowship, is a vehicle issue. It's very, very cardinal to us. No car on the compound. Even for us to go for our leadership retreat, we have to rent car. Tomorrow again, we are going to the Southeast. There is no car available. We are still asking Revolution to allow to use a pickup. He told us that the pickup was being used by Reverend David. If she comes back before our trip, then we are allowed to use it. Also now we don't know whether she has come back. So tomorrow our trip, it might be either we ride a motorbike to go to the Southeast.
From Monrovia?
It is.
From Monrovia?
No, from Monrovia we'll ride car to Ganta, and then we'll have to ride back from Ganta to Fishtown. But that is some of the challenges we are facing. The LYF, majority of the funds that are generated in the 1 year and a half that I have spent, majority of the funds that are generated go beyond transportation. If we just have a car, all the sustainability that we talk about, the funds that go into a car issue will be diverted to different other than spending a whole lot of money on transportation. And we know going to eat will spend a lot of money if we do not have a car to go. Yeah. So that is our major issue activities. So when we come out from the Southeast, we'll be going for the convention on the Founders Day in Banga, April, and then after the Founders Day, we'll be having our first executive council sitting, and then we'll start the districts and parishes training.
We're trying to invite you when you guys come out from the Southeast so we can all discuss more.
Yeah, but that is it. In everything we give God the glory. There are challenges, but we have God
So is that any way you people are working on the issue of figure?
Yes, we've been talking with Willie. Willie have given us some heads up on other ideas that we should do a proposal, and the proposal should also capture on what the National Religious Fellowship can do, their portion of it. So we discussed that draft proposal at the leadership retreat at one time. The leaders also made that input to whoever brought the proposal. So the proposal we hoping that we'll also discuss it at the first ESCO, all the district will make that support. But convention has passed that each member in the National Nutrition Fellowship should make a contribution of $5. If we have 1,000, or if we have 800%, 850% making a contribution, will be somewhere around 4,000 or 5,000.
Yeah.
And we're looking at our proposal, that amount will be somewhere around 20,000 for the bus. The last time when we checked, they were around 20,000, and 18 to 20,000. So if we have 18 to 20,000 and we're having a youth in Liberia,
about
you are raising somewhere around 5,000.
5,000, yeah.
And we'll be asking
for
5,000 will be
additional
asking,
11 or 12,000.
yeah, we'll be asking for help from our senior brothers and sisters with the proposal on our side to sell it out to see whether we can be able to get something. It may not be for our leadership, but our intent is that we should leave something for the next leadership to come and not suffer like the way we are currently suffering. I can tell you for sure. Our intent is that the next leadership that come into office should not go through what we are going through. I can tell you for sure we took that office with nothing, absolutely nothing. During our campaign time, when we were running campaign, the money we had at Team Enoch, we had a amount of 53,000 left. We said 53,000 will be left for a celebration of Team Enoch victory. But when we took office and saw the emptiness of that office, after we had our dinner and our program, we raised our phone. We had to take that money. We asked Team Enoch, can we use the money as a start-up of the National Religious Fellowship? And they waved that money on the National Religious Fellowship. That was that fund that we began with. It was that fund that we took to start going from district to district to see how they were doing and thank you and bringing it on board. That was the fund that we used. So that was it, and we are glad we saw the support of the people at the convention. Convention was very packed, and for sure we can acknowledge God for that. Camp also was very packed. We have over 380% at camp. We want to acknowledge God for also that. Yes. So we will continue this through the help of God. We have called us to the office. We'll continue here. But that is it. But I want to say thanks to Willie, thanks to you, and the couple, you guys have been there, Dr. Toto and the rest of the team on our side. You guys have been there. Don't give up on us. Yeah, don't give up. Don't give up.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the hard work.
Thank you so much for the hard work. And you said don't give up too.
Yeah.
Giving us should be the last option. So Woody?
Yeah, it was a great show. It was a charged moment. It is frustrating. It is not new.
Very frustrating.
It's frustrating to hear this from the administration. And again, I'm not going to put anything on the past administration. I'm not going to say it because this administration has a responsibility to hold the past administration accountable. So if they are refusing, okay, and anyone can hold me responsible for all the words I'm saying. These are not the words of my Lutheran connection. It's my personal opinion. If the church is refusing, if my bishop that I know, Patmo, that I can take phone and call him right now and tell him, say, I can tell him, say, oh, how are you doing? He'll pick up his phone. If the church, refuse, if the church can refuse to, help the youth to audit them, I mean, I don't know where we're leading to, but yeah, I mean, it was a great show.
Yeah, thank you, Woody. It was a great show, and we hope to hear from our director. Yeah, and the past leadership in person of my own Peking, Josh Yankee Moluba. Hope to hear from you and director. I want to add our voice to the many voices to the central office, at least to establish the fact that this portion of the money, how it was used, whether it was used for the intended purpose or whether it was used for something else that was not planned or not budgeted for. At least they establish the fact that this money or it passed through the proper channel or how it was dispersed. At least let the fact be established. And I want to tell the acting president for Kakata Dish, who wanted to Alashipa politician, I want to tell her thank you so much. At least Aline struggle in getting her on like other people trying to get to them. They would be like, this, that, but everything that I told her, she was like, oh yes, yes. I just want to say thank you and kudos to you. At least you told us about the district, what you are doing, and in the next month that you people will be going to convention. So my beloved district, the Mariva district, and my youth president, I want to tell you thank you for coming. Thank you, Woody. Thank you, Dr. Toto. Our next Sunday will be Easter Sunday. Whatever the last Sunday will be, no test Sunday, right? It will be third Sunday. It will be
Yeah, next
Easter.
Sunday we'll be discussing some issues that
Third
has to
Sunday
also
will be
do with.
Easter Sunday. And I don't know. I try getting to our Founders Days committee. So just come and tell us how the Founders Day will be like as your upcoming anniversary. How it will be like. What are the activities planned? Where will it be? But I just cannot get hold of the chairperson. Yeah, I tried getting to the GS. I know it too, and I don't know who else again can I get to. So we can come and just discuss the various activities that will be at that program. The dinner, fundraiser, I don't know how it will be like. But we need to know, and everybody needs to know. So we hope to hear from the committee very soon. And if we can, they can come on this coming Sunday. What do we have?
Yeah, we'll also be discussing uh, the climate program in the church. We'll be
Oh,
highlighting
the
some of the
Earth Day is
giving
coming up.
action.
Earth
Earth Day
Day.
is coming up as well. So
Yeah,
next
we
Sunday
will
will
be.
be,
It will be
yeah,
celebrating on the 26th. We'll
yeah,
start from the 20th. Yeah, we will do our tree planting.
yeah.
Yeah, so the show was
It
okay. We
should.
had a
Yeah.
nice time. Till we meet next week, Sunday. I love you. Bye bye. I love my Lucci